This is called a Powerbass Extreme. The end user said it was working just fine, and it got rear-ended, and now all it goes into is into protect mode. This thing weighs like a brick. No visible fuses. So all the screws is on the bottom side. I'm gonna take the screws out. See what we can find out real quick. I mean, at least I know it's getting power if it goes in protect mode. Could have just shorted something out. Could be something simple. Could be a blown fuse. Even though it powers on. Could just need something that designed and engineered in Korea, assembled in China. It's Powerbass Extreme model xta4000d. Powerbassusa.com. I'm interested to see how this works. There's the power coming in, speaker output, do not bridge. Looks just like another amplifier. That's what it looks like. I've got one more screw. Do a quick look. Alright, let's see, what are we dealing with here? A lot of flux, I noticed. Maybe some flux. Okay, so there's these zip ties here. The zip tie here. And see how that coil moves? It's not supposed to move. That's good. That's tight. That wiggles. I don't know if that means that it's broken free. What that means. Obviously it's not attached anymore. I just don't know where solder joints or anything would be. Looks like it should be in the center. Part of the zip tie there. Interesting. Okay, I got a few more minutes to kill. Let's take a look at the other stuff. Alright, so this is loose. I think it'll be fine. Just need to zip tie it back. Same way with that. It's loose. Go to Q10. Got a short on Q10. Q9 short. Q8 short. Q5 it's good. Go on this side. Q16 short. 15 it's 83 ohm, but that's bad. 14 is bad. And it's showing kilo ohms, which should be okay. So you got at least 6 MOSFETs that are bad, minimally. And just put this down. Uses IRF 360LC. So I'm gonna order at least 10 of them. This diode and this diode here, this diode and this diode here is showing short as well. I'd have to take this whole board off to measure to see if these resistors are open or not. But this one, and this one, these MOSFETs here are also shorted out. Okay, I removed this side plate and has some Allen screws here. And I removed all the pieces here. I gotta still do that one. Gotta remove that screw, this screw, that one, this one, this one, this one, this one. I don't see any others, but we might come across some. I wanted to point this out. They hit, and it broke this strap here. And look how shoddy. I mean, that's pretty bad. Why would you do that? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Wow. This is not what I expected. Yeah. So, what I wanted to do is take in, get the zip ties out, kind of assess the bottom, if there's any issues. Just a strand of copper wire just sitting there. Yeah. What I wanted to do is, by chance, see if I can take and troubleshoot the shorted side and make sure that they were actually shorted, and if there was actually, you know, an issue with these MOSFETs. I wasn't aware that it was going to be this way. Not an issue, just I don't know what I was expecting to see underneath the circuit board. It looked pretty good and decent on the top side, but the bottom side, it just looks like a hot mess. There's all kinds of flux. You can see there's flux here. When I'm working on circuitry, I like to take and get rid of any flux residue, so the next guy, or even myself, if I have to work on it, it's going to be clean, and I can see exactly what's going on. This is not exactly the case. So right here, it would be a resistor. It would be the white one, and probably those are like 5 watts or 10 watts. 5 watts. I got one on this side as well. And it looks like it got hot. So we're going to take and get the ohm meter out, and we're going to ohm that out and make sure we actually have 5 ohms, or let's see what the ohms are. It is 100 ohms. So we're going to make sure that we have 100 ohms. And I'll make sure that you can actually see the readout this time. I was not aware when I was doing my checkings that I did not have that in view. So that's fine. And there's also this diode. I believe it's right here. Showing 1.9 ohms on the other side of the board. Here's another reason why to get rid of flux. So you can actually see what's attached and what's not. So this resistor here shows 1.5 ohms, and I failed to actually look and see what the color code is on it. At best, I'm going to reheat this solder joint, make that look prettier again, and this over here. And then we're going to look at these diodes, these two that are showing a short. And I'm going to take a MOSFET off and make sure that they're not actually shorted out. Brown, black, gold. So that's a 1 ohm resistor right there. This one here. Okay, so I removed this one transistor, this MOSFET, this one here. I resoldered the resistors. This is fine. You see the MOSFET is showing 0.5. I go back into the circuitry where it was. Okay, 33. Cut to the next one where the other one was shorted. Nope. No longer an issue. Okay, let's go to this side. This one was showing a short. Nope. Let's go to the diode. Oh, that might be the resistor. I'll have to look and see if I can find the diode on that side. But go on to the diode on this side. And I'm actually reading resistance. 1.45K, 6K in Ryzen. Potentially only one component is bad. I'm going to flip it over and check from the top side since there's so much flux. And this board is so big and so heavy. I can't understand how much power this thing probably has. Okay, so the ohmmeter out again still. I'm going to go across this one diode here. Showing good. That's showing good. So with just this one MOSFET that I have to replace, I'm going to have to take and zip tie this coil down, zip tie this coil back down. I believe did I own that one? I think I did. Yeah, I'll make sure I check these resistors again. They use a different brand, DM for the entire thing, which is interesting. I've never seen that brand. They look pretty good as far as visually, so I'm not gonna mess with them. I'm just gonna take and measure the resistors to make sure that they're good and make sure that there's nothing broken on this coil. And then we're going to get a replacement MOSFET and then plug it back in and see what happens. I measured each of the resistors and they are ohming out like they should. This one's showing this is showing 1K. This is showing 1K. This is the 100 ohm. And this is the 100 ohm. Okay.